a very beautiful verse. I remember this as the mountain of gold verse. I always, every time I'm chanting one name of Krishna, just one name, is actually I am donating, I am getting the benefit of donating a mountain full of gold, more than that. So, of course, there is a science behind it, and I think we discussed it. This is because yesterday we were discussing, there are two separate accounts. There are three, in fact. There is punya, material papa, and then there is akarma, spiritual karma. Material punya, as you get good things, the punya gets diminished. Material papa, as you suffer, the material papa also diminished. But akarma, any spiritual activity we do selflessly without expecting any result for the pleasure of the Supreme and His devotees, that activity only keeps increasing. It never reduces. So, because this is categorically different type of bank account, we can never accumulate. This will never get converted to punya, or papa will never get converted to akarma. So, as we chant for the next 30 minutes, you can imagine giving koti cows in charity. You can imagine living at the confluence of Ganga and Yamuna for millions of years, bathing every day, and imagine giving mountain full of gold, and you are still doing better than those just by focusing on chanting. So we will try doing that. You can dim the light if possible. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Take a quick pause. Now might be a good time if we want to serve the milk. There is this beautiful letter written by one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. And read such a heart-touching. So this is His Holiness Indrajumna Swami Maharaj is writing the introduction to this letter, which was written by Sivaram Swami Maharaj. So two disciples of Prabhupada. So Indrajumna Swami Maharaj, who is the one who hosts Sadhu Sangha, who preached to millions of people in Russia, Ukraine, all these places, still very actively preaching, one of the amazing devotees, disciples of Srila Prabhupada. He writes, "Dear devotees, there are certain priceless treasures that I keep close to my heart as I travel and preach around the world. Things that give me great inspiration, like the holy names, my beloved deities, instructions that Srila Prabhupada gave me, and certain special items like a bead from Srila Jiva Goswami's Japamala and a small piece of cloth from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I also carry," so these are all very wonderful big items, very great significance. "I also carry the following 1994 Vyasa Puja offering of Sivarama Swami everywhere I go. I must have read it hundreds of times, and each time I read it, I cry." This is a sannyasi who is saying this. "For me, it reveals the essence of Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement, the heart of my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada. Some of you may have read it, others not. In either case, it's a masterpiece and can be read again and again. Your servant Indrajumna Swami." Now is the actual letter that His Holiness Sivarama Swami Maharaj wrote in 1994. Vyasa Puja offering is on the birthday of our spiritual teachers. We express our gratitude to them. So this is the letter Sivarama Swami Maharaj wrote to Srila Prabhupada in 1994, which means Prabhupada has already left the planet by that time. "Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to you on the celebration of your appearance day. While planning a composition for your offering, I was also attending to my regular correspondence meetings. One letter stood out among the others. I enclose it here, translated into English for your pleasure." So this is a letter he received from somebody else. "Dear Sivarama Swami, Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada." This is how devotees in ISKCON they say Hare Krishna is equivalent to hello. Please accept my humble obeisances is equal to namaskar. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Whatever good there is, that is coming out of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. All glories to him. "I hope you do not mind my writing to you." So that person is referring to Sivaram Swami Maharaj. "I have never written to a spiritual master before. You do not know me. My name is Bhaktin Dora, so Hungary, and I live in Pécs, Hungary." So Bhaktin is a word that's used before initiation. We call ourselves Bhaktin Ramesh, like that. So Bhaktin Dora. "I am 14 years old and I live at home with my mother and old sister. In 1992, 2 years before she wrote this letter, I went to the Hare Krishna festival with a friend. I was not very interested, but I enjoyed the chanting and dancing at the end. After it was over, I bought a book, The Science of Self-Realization. I do not know why. Generally, I never read. I think it was because of the chanting. I took the book home and cannot remember what happened to it. One day, my mother found it and was very angry with me. She thought that I was reading this kind of thing. You see, our family members are all very strict Catholics. They thought Krishna consciousness was some kind of brainwashing. Actually, I wasn't reading the book. I had forgotten all about it. Somehow it just appeared. Anyway, my mother was going to throw it away. My grandmother, who is 68, was in the kitchen at that time. She lives in the apartment upstairs. She came in and took the book. She looked at it and scolded me in a very heavy way. I thought that would be the end of it. I did not mind it as much as I was in a lot of Maya at that time. About a week later, I overheard a conversation between my mother and grandmother. Granny was saying that it was not an ordinary book. She said that what Prabhupada was saying is what Jesus Christ said, and that Krishna is God. I was very surprised. She said that we should listen to what Prabhupada said and chant Hare Krishna, because that was the religion for this age. There was a lot of talk about how Christianity was no more and no one was following the Bible. But what Prabhupada said was pure and perfect. Things really took a turn from there. One day, my grandmother visited the Namahatta center here, small ISKCON temple, and began to chant on beads. She also began to buy Prabhupada's books one by one. She was spending all her pension on buying what she called the beautiful holy Bhagavatam. Sometimes she could only afford to eat potatoes, but she kept buying the books. The devotees even came to her flat and helped her set up an altar. When I went upstairs, they had taken all the pictures down and there were Krishna pictures everywhere. That was really the beginning. One night, Granny had a dream about Prabhupada. Something really happened to her then. I don't know what it was, but she began to get very enthusiastic. Next, she began to get the whole family involved. I mean, not just me and my mother and sister, but her 2 sons, their wives, and 6 children, as well as her brothers, sisters, and relatives. Before, she used to carry a Bible and with her and quote Jesus Christ. Now she has a Bhagavad Gita and quotes the good Lord Prabhupada. She became a veritable transcendental terror, which means everybody is afraid of her as soon as she came. Veritable, but at the same time likable. Everyone in the family has to chant at least 1 round a day. In addition, Granny made everyone become a vegetarian, including my dog, Shikra. And we offer our food to a picture of Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya. Everyone with me? Yes. Now, I am also getting out of Maya and chanting and reading a little also. Where I go to school, my friends inquire about Krishna, as they know I am a devotee. The whole family goes to the Namahatta, all 16 of us. During the Christmas marathon, we all tried to distribute Prabhupada's books. Even Granny would take books with her to the market and sell them to the vendors. Everyone is afraid of her because she is fearless. They all think she has gone crazy. But she does not care. Now she is saving to go to Budapest to see the newly installed deities. She has heard that Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda came to Hungary and are being worshipped there by the devotees. She says she wants to see God just once in her life. At this year's Hare Krishna festival, you were speaking to the guests after the Kirtan. You must remember my grandmother because she came and sat right beside you and asked you so many questions. At the end, when you stood to leave, she even kissed your hand. Remember? I also wanted to ask a question, but I was shy.
Could I please ask you now? I hope you do not mind, Maharaj. I want to know what kind of man Srila Prabhupada was. He must be so dear to Krishna to have spread this message all over the world. What are these books that changed my family so much? How is it possible that he can speak so powerfully through them? You must feel very fortunate to be his disciple. How great a man he is. Sometimes when my granny chants in front of a picture of Krishna, she cries. How does Prabhupada do that? I want to cry like that too. Granny dreams of Prabhupada and sometimes she talks to his picture. Although it says on the cover of the book that he passed away, is Prabhupada really dead or is he still alive? Do you think I can meet him someday? I am sorry that I have gone on so. I would like to be a good devotee one day and help you and Prabhupada spread Krishna consciousness. Please, could you answer my questions? Your servant Bhaktin Dora. Unquote. Now Sivaram Swami Maharaj is writing. Srila Prabhupada, what is this brand of mercy that you gave this old lady that I just barely met, that you never gave to me? She never met you, never saw devotees. She is not even initiated by you. What is this kindness that you bestow upon her that you do not give me, your fortunate disciple? Because Bhaktin Dora was referring to Maharaj, Sivaram Swami Maharaj as, you are a fortunate disciple of Prabhupada. What am I referring to? It is just this. After having come in contact with you for just a few months, what inspiration did you give this granny in that dream? What did you move in her heart that made her change her life in its final days? That made her turn against the current of banality and tradition and strike out alone to change her world. No sympathy, no association, no institutional support. Boldness I do not possess. Changes I do not have the strength to make. Srila Prabhupada, I want to know, what is that you say to her from your picture when she talks to you? I have so many pictures. You do not speak to me through them. Although I worship deities daily, I continue to see them. As made of marble and wood. How is it this old lady has the conviction that God has come to her country? Why have you not given such vision to me? Where did she get the conviction that a pilgrimage to the city capital would yield the final goal of her life? If you like it a bit.
One last.
One last thing. Srila Prabhupada, how is it that when Dora's granny chants in front of a picture, she cries? How do you do it? I want to cry like that too. When will you give me that mercy? Srila Prabhupada, this is one letter from one girl who came in contact with you. How many millions of such souls are there who have yet to write, who are directly experiencing your mercy daily, who read your books with implicit faith, whom you talk to in dreams and pictures, whose lives you change abruptly and reward with tears when chanting the holy names. How many people cross the boundaries of rules and regulations by the strong boat of your mercy and practice and taste Krishna consciousness in a realm beyond logic and argument? I think these people are meeting you every day. How will I acquire their good fortune? When will you one day bestow some of this special mercy upon me that you give to them? If I am not to acquire it directly, even after begging for it, then I will serve such souls who have reached your mission. I will offer them prasadam, give them your books, and show them how to practice. I will chant with them. Thus, I can hope to gain a new perspective of your greatness, even though I may never fully understand. Your insignificant servant, Shivaram Swami.
It's a very beautiful letter, very heart-touching. So we all, in some way or the other, have experienced the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Usually, we read in spiritual books that the highest goal of life is to develop attachment to the chanting of the holy names and to live in Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada at the age of 70, he already has all of that. He was living in Vrindavan, but to fulfill the desire of his spiritual master, who wanted to spread this message to the Western world, he left the comforts of Vrindavan. He came on a cargo ship, not on an aeroplane, not on a passenger ship, but on a cargo ship. He had 2 heart attacks on the ship. He came to the cold winters of New York, lived there as a beggar. Nobody bothered to listen to him. He was just staying. Wherever people supported him, he was just staying with them. For 1 year, nothing really happened. Srila Prabhupada's mood and consciousness was always the same. Krishna, you brought me here. You make me dance as your puppet. So, and of course, eventually, Prabhupada still went through so many struggles, so many difficulties. At that ripe age, he would only sleep for 2 hours to translate Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and all the books that we have access to. The Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, it is actually the mercy of Srila Prabhupada that somehow this world has seen Krishna consciousness at this scale. So, we can all be grateful and do our part, because the mood of our sampradaya is each one teach one while being taught by one. So we should always think about how can I do better? How can I give it to others? Not in a mood of a superiority complex, but as a humble servant. And while being guided by someone else as well. So that's a very beautiful letter. I hope you have. If we are still drinking milk, we'll take 1 or 2 reflections from this, and then we'll move on to chanting.
Is there a second one? Yeah, no. Traveling.
Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing this. I mean, it was really a treasure. And I was just wondering, this is but this is one story of a disciple, of her complete family. There must be many. Is there any compilation or any place collectively where these treasures are there? We can go and look whenever we want to feel more inspired?
Yes. There are some.
There are some that I know of. So we will maybe with someone's help we can find out and share some links that we can regularly refer to. But there are some that are documented like this. Sometimes your treasures are not easily available. If it is so readily available, we would take it for cheap. So we would have to do some digging and that digging makes the treasure worthwhile, memorable. So we may have to put some personal effort also to find. But please do share but systemic level we will also try to find and have a place where we can put all these inspiring stories. There are many. There is Sankirtan book distribution stories that I personally am aware of. So many of them.
So the reason this question came to my mind because there is one book, Bhaktavali, where the ancient, in our past history, the devotees like Pundrik Maharaj devotees, they are all Krishna's forms. Their devotees' stories are there. So when we read that, we really get inspired. So I was wondering, is there any such compilation for Prabhupada's disciples or people who are influenced by him?
Srila Prabhupada's disciples, there is one book called Many Moons. What's that? Shriyan is also telling me the same book, Many Moons. So this is a book written by Giriraj Swami Maharaj about some of there's so many wonderful disciples of Srila Prabhupada who have done selfless service for so many decades. We cannot even imagine to the extent of their surrender and commitment. We cannot even fathom. So you will hear some of those documented in that book called Many Moons. We have it at our home. You are welcome to borrow it.
Sure.
First come, first serve. So.
Yes.
But then you can also order it online. It's such a treasure. You can buy it, read it, highlight it, go back and really share.
Thank you.
Any other reflections, comments, questions?
Hare Krishna. One thing that really struck me, along with the content about Bhakti Indora and her grandmother, etc., was the humbleness in each word that is written by Prabhu in addition to Bhakti Indora. But I mean, even souls that attain so much, how humble they are, how he calls himself insignificant servant, and he calls himself, when will you give that to me, Prabhupada? So that humbleness really touched me. Thank you.
Yeah, very beautiful point. Sivaram Swami Maharaj is a very accomplished initiating spiritual master who had thousands of disciples all around the world. In our living hall, in the back you see Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. You will see a brown book with golden highlights. So that set of books is called Navavraj Mahima. Yes. So this is a book written by Sivaram Swami Maharaj. He is an author also, prolific author, amazing title. Very accomplished. And we know, as you rightly pointed out, that's not possible without feeling that mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, without being empowered. It's impossible to remain a sannyasi, to preach for thousands of disciples. It's not. But yes, as you rightly pointed out, in the beginning stages of bhakti, in honesty we say we are fallen. In advanced stages of bhakti, in humility they say they are fallen. They don't have anything. So, but of course, it's their greatness. Yes, because that's how Srimati Radharani also feels. Srimati Radharani feels that I am not worthy of serving Krishna. Any new devotee comes, please, you serve Krishna. That is how. So, we always want to be the servant of the servant of the servant. Not that I am the best servant, let me serve Krishna. Let me get all the attention to myself. That's not our mood. Very beautiful. Good observation. Thank you. One final and then we'll move on.
I just want to add one more thing.
Is there a mic there? Okay, we'll let Satya Prabhu share and then.
No, mic is there. So.
You continue.
Mine is very
Because
small.
Mataji shared once at least. We'll give you also.
Very small one. After listening this with much difficulties in the language, the countries, how they got inspired and how they achieved more, how they advanced towards Krishna consciousness makes me think, what is my excuse? Why am I not able to do every day? Why can't I kill my Maya, kill my sleep, kill my other things and do? Yeah. Maybe touch upon how we can progress the problem. Yeah. What are we? Why should my excuses be?
I also have a long list. Yeah, it's a question that we must ponder every day. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Vishnudas Kaviraj Goswami writes, there is only one price to get Krishna Bhakti. Tatra laulyam api mulyam. This is, there is only one price we have to pay. That price is greed. Intense greed to have it. So the only way we can get this type of commitment is by desiring, by crying. Why can't I cry when I'm chanting for Krishna? Why can't I have tears? Why am I not attracted to the movement of Srila Prabhupada? Why am I not attracted to the words of Krishna? So just by praying, one day Krishna may give us the detachment to matter and attachment to Krishna. Both of them simultaneously manifest actually. Without us knowing. So slowly, you look back 5 years down the line and you reflect. If you have the habit of writing, then you say, wow, 5 years ago, these are the struggles I was having. You will still feel 5 years later, if Krishna consciousness is working on you, you will still feel you are fallen, you have a long way to go, because we do. But you will appreciate, actually I have come some distance. In fact, I made some progress. I mean, I should give credit where credit is due. Not by my greatness, but by the mercy of Acharyas and Krishna, I have made some progress. We will see like that too. But then we also see we have a long way to go. So we must cultivate that intense greed. See, right now we are very greedy for material things. Because we are greedy for temporary things, we get finally only frustrated. Because we either don't get it, or we get it, and then we are worried who will take it. Or we will lose it in due course of time and then we lament. Oh. So, but whereas spiritual greed, many people misunderstand spirituality means no desires. Just be happy with whatever you get. Yes, be happy with whatever you get on material things. But spiritually, Krishna won't give you anything until you want it. So until you become intensely greedy for his association, he will not bring you to the spiritual world. Until you are intensely greedy for the taste in chanting the holy name. So some people, as they are chanting Hare Krishna, their voice is trembling in ecstasy, in joy. We don't feel like that. So if we want it, then we must desire it. And then we deserve it. Only by desiring we deserve. Okay, I'll take one final comment and we'll move on.
As I'm contemplating more and more on this compilation, this incident, I'm thinking how that strong, that one book, when that reached the right person, it made the changes in like 16 people's life, and how they converted from a strict Catholic to a strict Krishna conscious people. So I was just wondering on the impact of book distribution. Like we wonder, we are just distributing the books, so many books are getting distributed, who will be reading it? But somehow that too not the very mainstream book of the Krishna consciousness like Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, Science of Spiritualization, which is also a very core and very right book. Like in the sense it is also a very strong philosophy written directly by Prabhupada. But I was just wondering how can one book can change people's life and can make them turn to Krishna and get back to it. So, yeah.
So these are very powerful books because as the granny herself found out, I mean, she is a very ardent follower of Christianity. In Christianity, they actually for good reasons, they brainwash you to not follow any other religion. Because we have this tendency to shop around and be a superficial devotee and not get in depth into any religion, unfortunately. So that's why many world religions, they say, if you're reading this, this is the best. Please read this. Please get into the depths of this. Follow these practices. Become a perfect devotee. So, but of course, that doesn't mean every religion is the best. We will, for our new devotees, we will have this. Why so many religions in our next session? Some of you, I'm sure, have some understanding. But you're right that each of these books have so much depth. We shared one story of how one Bhagavad Gita that was distributed in New York went to Myanmar and started 12 ISKCON temples in that country. One Bhagavad Gita. One doctor got it. The doctor gifted it to his friend who is visiting him, and the friend took it back to his country, never read it. It stayed there for many years, and his son, wanting to improve his English, came to look for some English book, picked up this Bhagavad Gita, started reading, and he was fascinated by the presentation of Bhagavad Gita. And he contacted the Los Angeles temple. He wrote a letter, enclosed some money in it, and said, can you please send me more books? And the Los Angeles temple, they contacted somebody who was living 8 hours away from that country. Nobody lived there close to. And Imapati Prabhu traveled, knocked on his door. So after many months of writing this letter, this devotee got a knock on the door. This new person got a knock on the door, and there with shaven head, so with a pack of books. And so he stayed there for 3 days, gave him the Krishna consciousness. And that person is still alive, practicing, preaching Krishna consciousness. There are many such wonderful stories of how, because books are the basis. To build a culture, to build a civilization, what you need is thinkers who document their thought process. So, so that is how civilizations are built actually. And civilizations are crumbled as well. So the right philosophy. That's why Srila Prabhupada and his spiritual master, they said, if you ever get money, please print books. And Prabhupada would say, where is my book? Where is my book? Where is my book? Please print it and distribute as many as possible. Like that. But of course, we also do need satsangs like this, where we discuss, read. Prabhupada said, these books are not for selling to others. These books are also for my disciples to read, understand, and become pure devotees. Yesterday only I was reading this. So, yeah, they are very powerful. Because Krishna consciousness, some people... So even little bit of Krishna consciousness can change people's lives. So, yeah, we got a lot of it. Where much is given, much is expected. So, so we should see how we can do more. Hare Krishna. So we'll chant 4 more rounds, and then we'll take one final break. So it's 8 o'clock, so we'll pause it around 8:27.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Believe it or not, 4 rounds have already passed. So we'll take a few reflections and questions on what we discussed so far. Who missed the letter we read earlier? 1, 2, who else? 3, okay. 4 people missed. We will share this letter. What did they miss?
The letter.
You missed a treasure. So, we are not conjuice people, we will share it with you. So, please, anyone would like to share any reflections? You can share from today's chanting, how does it feel? You can share reflections from the Meru Parvat gold donation, or Sivaram Swamaraj's letter, or your general Krishna conscious spiritual life, or any struggles that you are facing and how you are planning to cope up with them. So anything that comes to your heart, you are welcome to share, or you can ask a question. We'll take 3 or so in the interest of time. Okay?
Hare Krishna. I was listening to a projection about Hanuman yesterday, so I just wanted to share something that really touched me yesterday. So, Hanuman is like, he has so much strength, so much knowledge about every aspect of, every aspect there is of. And he never utilizes his power or his knowledge or his strength for achieving anything of his own. He always uses that strength, uses that knowledge for Rama to achieve something that helps Rama, or to help Rama's devotees. So he never he's always in that seva mode. So Hare Krishna, that's
Very beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. Amazing, no? Only when actually it is mentioned, Hanumanji also has Ashtasiddhis. So, Lagima, Garima. So you can become smaller than the smallest, heavier than the heaviest. Like that. So very extraordinary powers. You can understand what's happening in the minds of other people. There is one mystic perfection where you can influence the thoughts of other people. Very powerful. All these perfections are actually still material, it seems. Those who are yogis practicing meditation for many years can attain. Of course, it's almost lost now. Not many people practice it. But everyone in the spiritual world also has many of these opulences. But as you beautifully pointed out, they're always thinking about how can I serve. So right now our ability to, for example, lift something or speak or say something is always to uplift someone. So see this, anytime Vaishishya Prabhu is a wonderful example. Anytime anyone comes to him, so many people come to him. Hundreds of people on a regular basis. He's a worldwide leader, initiating spiritual masters. So many people come to him. But one thing I have noticed, his goal is to find a spark in someone and fan it. So we have ocean of faults. We have so many faults, but he doesn't look for that. He just looks for one small mind somewhere, some small good thing we do, and he fans it. Every time you are in the association of advanced Vaishnavas, You feel like that. You want to be in their association. So we want to become like them. So the best way is, of course, we can pray to Krishna. Krishna, please, let me always see good in others. In fact, let me only see good in others. There is one stage in spiritual life where Lord Shiva, in the 4th canto of Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, Daksha was able to see so many faults in Lord Shiva where none exists. Lord Shiva has no faults, but Daksha was able to see only faults. So he is on the one end of this spectrum. And Lord Shiva, on the other hand, he is able to find good even in Daksha, who is full of faults. So this is a diametrically opposite ends. So we can pray to Krishna. Krishna, please, first of all, maybe let me begin with finding good in others. And let me focus on the good. Let me magnify the good in others. Let me encourage the good in others. And eventually let me only see good in others. And every time you meet somebody, always, Vaishishya Prabhu says, our goal when we distribute books is to leave everybody with good impression. Everybody should feel inspired that they met us. Everyone should feel like, okay, I can do better. I'm doing well, I can do better. So if we are able to uplift others like that, this is a great service. So devotees are always thinking, how can I serve others? Come closer to God. Come closer to spirituality. If they are not at that level, so we can at least bring them to Sattva to begin with. So, yeah, so everyone, every power they have, they are utilizing it for the pleasure of Krishna. What is, many times we think, in Kanishthadikari, Kanishta stage, we think God means in deity form, in picture, in the spiritual world only. But actually God is there. He is manifesting especially in His pure devotees. So if we can serve pure devotees, wonderful. If we cannot directly serve Krishna, if we can serve pure devotees, very good. We can't serve pure devotees, advanced Vaishnava. Krishna is more manifest through them. So we can serve advanced Vaishnavas. We can't serve them. Krishna is manifest as Paramatma in every living entity. And we can serve them, uplift them to the best of our ability. So, okay, very nice point. Any other reflections, comments, questions? Okay.
You also said to share struggles, so I'll share one.
Please, I won't feel alone.
So I think this is just about last few weeks, and so I've been feeling very anxious and restless about the uncertainty that's growing everywhere, right? Like at job as well, it's been more and more stressful and uncertain, like how AI is coming, what's going to happen to our job. There's every manager, every person in a team who's more and more pressurized. Hey, do more. Do you know this? Do you know that? That person's doing this. So these kind of, and when you look around, right, I mean, it's just everywhere there's chaos and increasing. And I think when we were young, it did not affect us so much. But now we have a kid, we are raising a family, it hits us differently. Like what if we don't have a job tomorrow? What if? So it's been very, even when I'm trying to practice chanting and stuff, it's been very disturbed with all these thoughts and stuff like that. So I don't know what to do, but again, it's easier to say. I've been thinking about telling myself, okay, just focus on what you can control. But it's easier said than done. Those thoughts keep coming. So for now, my plan is to just stick to the process and hope it helps me throughout. But yeah, it's just been very a difficult phase, I would say.
Anyone would like to add some thoughts on how we can
2 words, have faith. That's it.
okay, very simple answer.
Simple.
Have faith. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, and thank you.
And don't
I mean,
let faith shift. When you waver on it, then it's not happening. But if you have faith and you have complete faith, heart say, will say, everything, just have faith in God, have faith in Krishna, and it will happen. It will manifest for you. Affirmations and manifestations are part of it.
So, yeah. So faith, interestingly, is not like a switch. You either have faith or no faith. That's not true. Faith is like the modern switch, where you can adjust the brightness off to on. So it's a gradual progression. So you put little faith and God reciprocates somehow or the other. Then you say, okay, little more faith. So like that. But okay, your question was also related to what can I do? Usually, of course, you know this. We have the circle of concern, circle of influence. Small circle is the circle of influence. The bigger circle is the circle of concern. Interestingly, when we focus on the circle of concern, Donald Trump, what will he do with the visas? No layoffs, what will the AI do? What will happen to my job? What will happen to that country? Ukraine war, Russia, these people are crazy. So you are focusing on circle of concern, where you have little to no influence. When we focus on the circle of concern, it is mentioned, our circle of influence reduces and circle of concern grows. You will have more things to be concerned about. You are now thinking about oil prices, visa situations, AI, jobs, money, many more things. Maybe you begin with Donald Trump, then you begin with India, what is this, tariff rates, all that stuff also, they will get added. So your circle of concern increases and you focus on circle of concern. And your circle of influence reduces. The amount of energy, the time you have to focus. What is the circle of influence? The small circle of influence is what you can do. Like for example, how your child behaves, how your child grows, how you can keep your health, how you can stay fit, what time you can wake up, what time you can sleep, how much coding can you do, how focused can you be, how distracted you cannot be. For example, those are all of them come under the influence circle of influence. So that circle of influence reduces when you are focusing on concern, because you are thinking, Donald Trump, what will he do? Let me check the latest America-India tariff rates war. When you go and then they very interesting video they make. India beat America with a punch, and then you look at how did India beat India's master plan for defeating America, and then you're looking one more one. So your circle of influence slowly reduces actually. But the other way is also true. You're focusing on your circle of influence. Your circle of influence grows and your circle of concern reduces. How? When you are focusing, okay, let me do, of course there are so many things that concern me, because we live in a society, we live in a country, and they do have an effect on us eventually. But we have nothing we can do actually. Right? So, but let's say we decide to focus on the circle of influence that we have. We are focused at our work. We are doing the best we can. We are upgrading to the tools that everybody is using. We spend, actually these are not so sophisticated. Many times we break it down. So you say AI, for example, is AI going to replace you? No. Many people have said this. AI is not going to replace your jobs, but people using AI will replace your jobs. So yeah, if we start using AI, then you will feel comfortable. Actually, AI is not such a sophisticated, complicated thing. In fact, those who have very good clarity of thought will go like rockets even in job market. Those who have clarity of thoughts and understand the requirements clearly, who are able to articulate what they want, they stand to gain the most. And how can you gain clarity of thought? By chanting actually. So by just doing what you can do, right? I mean, you can train on AI tools. You can become better in your own thought process, control your mind, focus. Just by doing what you can do, you will improve. You won't be on that pink list, which companies are laying you off. So you won't be on that. So slowly over time, you will be able to do more. Your circle of influence, and eventually our goal is Our circle of influence and circle of concern should be closer to each other. The gap between the circle of influence and the concern is your distress area. The bigger the gap is, the more distress you are. There is very little you can do, but you are worried about it. So I hope that helps. So while you are chanting, this is what I try doing. Not very successful all the time, but when we eat, we eat. When we are working, we work. When we are chanting, we chant. Because that's the circle of influence at that time. Your morning time, Radhishyam Prabhu says, your morning for your spiritual practice. Don't bring in your family. Then is not the time to chit chat with wife or children. Morning time is for spiritual practices. You start a discussion with your wife, you fight, spoils the whole mood. Same with women also, I'm sure. Morning is for spiritual practice. Of course, you will eventually at some point you break and then you have to do your household chores. Your daytime is for your work. And your evening is for your family. So evening, if we give sufficient quality time for your family, and if we have done our morning spiritual practices where we feel uplifted, nourished, satisfied, then evening, there is no so much urge wanting to watch some Netflix, TV, that, this. So you feel, I've got my tank full now. I can give out a little bit, So then we feel like, alright, let me spend some time with family. You uplift them. You uplift their consciousness. They also feel nourished. And during the daytime, we focus on work. So then life feels very, and then you take sufficient rest. You do exercise, take care of your diet and things like that. So simple, not easy, but doable. Many people have done it, succeeded, so we can also try. Thank you for sharing. Okay, we'll take one final point and then we'll move on. Mataji, anyone more you would like to share? Come on, please don't be conscious. I'm sure all of you are facing some joy, some experience, some struggle, which you are working on and you have seen some progress. So, please do share. Going once, twice.
Maybe I can go.
Okay.
I was thinking I'm getting tears with ecstasy, but it's because of yawning. Yes, that's just because I'm sleeping, so I want to come out.
You will everybody come out of it.
While reading the Vibhuti Yoga Prabhu, when we took even Prabhu and others, I was thinking, why is Krishna boasting about I am Skanda, I am Rudra, I am everything. So I am Rama. Then yesterday in the class, Prabhu, I got the answer. It's not that Krishna is boasting for himself. He is boosting our faith in him so that we can get more attached to him. Thank you, Prabhu. I just wanted to share that.
You are very nice.
I want to add one point.
Yes.
In order to remember Krishna, whatever we see in the nature, we can relate, and we always, it's a way to remember Krishna more. So that's the way he explained all the vibhutis in each category. So
Very beautiful. So we have this morning reading call that Venuji is leading for many weeks, months, years now. 1.5 years? No, 2. We completed 2 years. Yes. So this January we completed 2 years. I think so. I don't know. You can correct. Feels like a lot. So they're currently reading the 10th chapter. I think all of you. Vibhuti. Oh, you're reading 15th chapter. Okay. So they're quoting from the 10th chapter, which is entitled Vibhuti Yoga. Which, yes, the class was on the 10th chapter. So they are reading the 15th chapter. So they have already progressed to the 15th chapter. Yesterday's class was on the 10th chapter entitled Vibhuti Yoga. The context is Krishna, there he says, among mountains, I am Meru. Among immovable things, I am Himalayas. Among generals of army, For demigods, I am Skanda. Among sages, among demigods, I am Narada. So like that he gives. So Prabhu is saying, why is Krishna boasting about himself so much? Of course, actually when we understand more about Krishna, how every atom, every thing in this universe he is managing, we'll see Krishna is being very humble. When he is telling all this, he is being very, very humble. So he is actually everything. Yeah. And as Prabhu said, the main reason is for us to see everywhere, to see Krishna everywhere, that's the goal. So, by the way, one final point I want to conclude with is next week
I want to say, boosting the faith, boosting to boosting.
Yes, that was in the class yesterday.
Yes, I got it.
Instead of
Thank you.
boasting, it's boosting. Yes.
So one final point I want to mention before we chant 4 more rounds is next week we will be announcing about Bhakti Steps. It's a program. We will share more information next week. It's an opportunity for us to make a commitment and start having some sort of structure of progression. So right now we may be chanting once in a while. So, or we may not be chanting, we may be on the sidelines watching others advance. So now is the opportunity to jump in and take some commitment. Be part of the action. Be the change you want to see in the world. So by beginning with purifying ourselves. So please think how, so we have different levels, 1 round, 4 rounds, 1 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12, like that. So each of them, not just chanting, there is reading associated with it as well. So it does require some commitment. So Saturday evenings we will have regular classes. In addition to Saturday evening, we may have to commit to 1 round, for example, takes 10 minutes to chant every day in the morning preferably. 4 rounds takes close to 30-35 minutes. So whatever maybe your level is, pick a level that, again, this is going to be for the next 5 months. So you can practice and get stability in that level over the next 5 months. So every day, so that much time. Plus, on a weekly basis, we are also going to have a reading call. Because every level has some reading to do. We'll have exams, quizzes and things like that. So every week we probably need another 1 hour outside the Gita class. Maybe on one of the weekdays, Monday to Friday, one of the weekday morning, we'll figure that out. So think how you can, because this is like the core group. Those of you who are able to make it here in the morning on Sunday after a very busy, hectic Saturday evening, so which means you are committed already. You are already in the inner circles. So no excuses. So think about how you can commit. Because what this world needs is more committed people. What this world needs is more examples. So when we practice in our own lives, we are then able to experience this theory. Sometimes this word Asura, do you know what it means? Asura. Anyone? Demon? Any other names? Asura in Sanskrit means Asute Ramante. Means Asu means very quickly. Ramante means pleasure seeking, or somebody who looks for pleasure in immediate things, or who wants pleasure quickly. That is the definition of Asura. So someone who looks for pleasure in immediate things. So I want pleasure now. YouTube shorts. When I am watching YouTube shorts, who am I? I am an Asura. I am not a devotee. When I am eating some tasty thing, even though I know it's not healthy for me, who am I? Otherwise also I am an Asura, but especially when I am consuming. So in spiritual life also, when we have this mentality, I am chanting today, where is my purification? And I have been chanting for 1 year, no purification. Actually, of course, is like pouring water. Spiritual life is like trying to lit a fire. So we have a wood that is already somewhat wet. We are trying to light fire on that wood. Every time you come to Gita class, we are putting some fuel on it. You're like, tomorrow morning I'm going to do, and then you go home for next 2-3 days, you're on fire. But every time we do sense gratification, every time we watch Netflix, play some games or watch something, and you do some Facebook, Netflix, whatever, you know the categories of things. Then we are pouring water on that fire. So slowly that fire goes down. So as long as we try to do both of this, sense gratification and fire, do you think I'll be able to start the fire? Consistently at least? No. So this mentality we should slowly, we may not be able to immediately give up, but we must understand why am I not able to make progress despite chanting for a year or 2 years or 10 years or 20 years even, is because we keep pouring water. How can we expect the fire of devotional service to come up in us if we keep pouring water? So it's possible that we may be chanting for lifetimes, but no change in heart, because we are not following the process. So we may need sense gratification, but regulated over time and reduced. So we may be here, have a plan. Maybe in a year from now, 2 years from now, I want to bring it down to 0. And how? You track it, systematically bring it down to 0. As we keep trying it, Krishna actually gives us some peace. So those who have been chanting for a month even, sincerely, doing their best to reduce their sense of gratification, I guarantee that you will see a change in your heart. So, why did I speak about Asura? So when we are chanting, our goal is that I am not looking for immediate pleasure. I am looking for lifetime transformation. So, and I am willing to commit. I am willing to give. Year, 2 years, 10 years also I am willing to put in my effort. But then I will measure. That's our attitude. But Krishna, on the other hand, he is very eager to bring us up. So our attitude is full of patience. We will be very enthusiastic, but very patient. We are not expecting any results. But Krishna is very eager to purify us. So he will ensure we progress. Week, month, year. We may not feel I am not making much progress, but others who are seeing us will see. But actually, these guys are actually making progress. Hey, what do you do? I see some changes in you over the last 1 year, 2 years like that. Or 1 month even. So please, think about how you can make a commitment without expecting results immediately. Because that is the mentality of asuras. That's not very beneficial in spiritual journey. Yes, we will get results also. We are not saying you will not get any results. But we are not attached to the results. We are only attached to our best efforts. Reduce pouring water, put in more fire, be detached from the result. Hare Krishna. So we will chant 4 more rounds and then we'll go for prasada. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
synchronous chanting if possible. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna,
Yesterday we were mentioning that in Kali Yuga, the best yajna we can do is the Sankirtan yajna. Samyuk, everyone coming together doing kirtan is the best yajna. We are putting our sincerity as the key. More sincerity we have, even if we are not very sincere, if others are sincere, we rub off their sincerity. So the power of chanting and the association of devotees. So we do have the morning chanting call. We are planning to extend it from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. so that you can get in your attendance and your name will be there. And then you will also get an opportunity to associate with others. Sometimes people feel that devotion is the thing of the heart, where these people so much about counting, tracking, all this. Mind is very tricky. Our material mind is very tricky. It tells that you're doing good. You're a very good devotee. You're doing well. You're advancing well. Anything that gets measured gets improved. So the goal wasn't really to label people, but to encourage and inspire people. Because if we don't know where we are, how will we improve? We will falsely think I'm doing okay. And we'll be satisfied with mediocrity. So I encourage everyone. I will also resume joining the morning chanting calls. So please join the morning chanting calls and make it a practice to take the association of devotees and chant in the association anytime from 6 to 9 a.m. We will have Prabhupada chanting going on in the background. You can join, chant 1, 2 rounds, how many other rounds you feel like, and you can log off and resume. So morning for Krishna, you can do some reading if possible, 6:45 to 7:15. They will be reading Bhagavad Gita, so you're welcome to participate in the reading and reflections. And then since you 7:15 to 9 o'clock, there will be chanting again. So you can figure out, please rearrange your life if needed, so that you can take part of it. So we will go to the important part of our program next. Mataji wanted us to do a short kirtan before that, right? So can someone please pull the kids? We'll do maybe just 5 minutes kirtan. Do we have kartans?
We have harmonium also.
Only 5 minute kirtan.
Only 5 minute harmonium.
Only 5 minute harmonium. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Give it to Deepika. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Give it to Deepika Baba. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Jaya Laddu Gopal, Jaya Laddu Gopal, Laddu Gopal, Jaya Laddu Gopal. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari नाम संकीर्तन की जय, कलियुग पावनी हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय, नाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की। अंकित प्रभु and Drupal Mataji की जय, Ansha Narish की जय, for opening their doors. You want to say something?
We are so blessed that we are able to host. Actually, I was talking right last year in last February 14th sometime we were planning to host Kirtan at our home. 1 year after it happened. Okay,
So we will open up the next slots for japa, in-person japa. So please talk to Venuji. Please give your names. So we'll have once a month. So if possible, please reserve your spots. If you have any special days, that's a good opportunity. Usually Western philosophy is my birthday means everybody should serve me. So Indian philosophy is especially on my birthday, I would like to serve others. So if we have any special events, any memorials, that's a good opportunity. Actually, anytime devotees gather like this and chant, and they offer even a single prayer to our ancestors, they get unlimited benefit. So this is the best way we can serve ourselves, our family, and our ancestors also. Alright, thank you very much. We will go to the most important part of our program, which is Prasad. Mahaprasade Govinde, Namo Brahmane Vaishnave, Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan, Vishvaso Naiva Jayate, Sharirara Vidyaja, Jodendriyata Heka, Jive Pele Vishaya Sagare, Tar Madhye Jivayati, Lobhomai Sudurmati, Take Jita Katina Samsare, Krishna Vade Toyomoy. So prayers goes on, so we will pause here. So please memorize this. That's why I'm stopping here. So once you get this, we'll move on to the next. There is one more stanza. Srimad Bhagavad Mahaprashadam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna. We will all come here, I think, for Prashadam. We'll sit here and then you can have one more level of Ishtagoshti.
Solid, solid, whatever that is, ice.
Should we enter?